This is the peakcast presented by Strive 365, where we strive to eliminate childhood trauma while equipping youth to become resilient and better our community. We discuss social and emotional issues affecting today's time while bringing you experienced leaders to discuss diverse topics in a fun and informative way.
Strive 365 coming to you guys all the way live. How are you guys doing? This is JP Cato Casey with my co-host Raheem the Dream. Welcome to our season 2 podcast of the peakcast episode 1. Hassan, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. Glad to be back at it. Got our favorite guest again. I think it's just right to start it off with him. So I'm going to just jump on in it. Also, wait, JP, how are you doing today? You doing well?
I'm doing awesome, man.
Good.
Staying healthy.
Good. That's
Waiting
awesome.
for the new year.
So yeah, welcome to 2021, guys. Glad that we could push through 2020. A lot of great things that happened, especially at Strive 365. And let's go ahead and introduce, you guys already know him, but we're going to reintroduce him. None other than Dr. Brandon J. Currie. And J is because he has a jumper.
Yeah. What's going on, fellas? Appreciate taking time to have me back. Season 2. I'd just like to start by saying I feel like a veteran now because it's my second time, right? So the goal is to be better than I was the first time. But you guys have done a really good job. You've interviewed some great people, great partners, great community leaders. So, I got to step my game up today.
Yep, sure do. So today's topic, guys, is going to be about the past, present, and future. As you know, Strive 365 started in 2020. Now we're in 2021. A lot of great things we did, but like Brandon said, we're going to step up our game, and 2021 is going to be even more special. So JP, do you want to jump into faces? And by the way, guys, Brandon doesn't have an outline. We normally give our guest outlines. He said that he didn't need it. What was the analogy you gave us with Jordan? What was it?
I was like, well, do you ask Jordan if he needs an outline for the game-winning shot? He just steps up to the plate and just executes, right? So these guys, I already know you're going to try to stump me today, and the goal is not to let that happen. I'm just going to speak straight from the heart and just let the listeners know exactly where we're coming from,
Perfect. Love it.
Oh, so with our new season of our podcast, we have a transition phase we like to call facelifts, which is about our key values. So
Right.
Brandon, Dr. Currie, when have you used one of our 5 key values of faces, whether you're at work or just in general in life? And just to recap of faces, when have you fostered resilience, acted with empathy, cultivated change, establish trust, and serve youth?
Yep. See, I already know all those, right? So
Like
I told you I'm ready. No, you said you want me to pick one and talk about when I've used it?
Yeah, 1 or 2. When have you used those in your life recently?
Yeah, I would say, honestly, of the 5, one that's probably happened most often recently would be the act with empathy. I think during 2020, obviously we've had some turbulent times, a lot of different stresses occurring, starting with obviously COVID-19 and the impact that's had on us locally, nationally, and even globally. And just the crazy thing with that right now is that I feel like when it first came out, I knew it was there, it was impacting a lot of people. But every day I feel like it's coming closer and closer and closer and impacting me more personally and professionally too. I mean, JP, you just had it, right? Several friends have had it. So there's no running from it. There's no ignoring it. It's impacting individuals in different ways. So there's no way to avoid not being empathetic for how it's impacting people and the position it's putting people in. Same with our community partners and what's happening around us with our partners. And, primarily, our focus is youth and kids, and just the lack of routines and what they have to go through, with the uncertainty of school and their friendships and relationships with their teachers, just dealing with those different challenges, and every household's different. So trying to, put myself in their situation, as well as the parents, the caretakers. They still have to work, but then they also have to figure out ways to support their kids that are now primarily at home doing the virtual learning and that component. So it's, you're a caretaker, you still have to, financially support the family, and then also support the family emotionally, while also then being a teacher, making sure that those things are done too. So I think acting with empathy of the five would be the one that I think has been, the primary focus for me in this last year, at least in the last 6 months.
Yeah, that's key. I think it's great that we have leaders such as you and all the other partners that we work with. That's something that we hear a lot, is how they act with empathy. I think if you don't understand, that's the biggest thing. If you don't understand the situations that people are going through, you're not going to be able to help them, because you just think, oh, everything, like, I have this problem, but you don't understand the problems they have. So it's
Right.
great that you see those problems and you understand them, because in that way you can actually make a difference.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, everybody wants to, you can't put everybody in the same box and say, gift wrap, here's a solution to this issue. Every situation is different. Every person responds differently. You can have kids or individuals in the same household, but they have different emotions involved with the situation and what's happening. So, um, you know, pandemics and natural disasters, and there's different forms of trauma, and those forms of trauma create toxic stress to each individual. So, we have to be willing to leave our comfort zones and listen, actively listen, um, to the needs of individuals if we're truly trying to create change. So I think that being empathetic, looking at things from a different perspective is key if we're actually going to create solutions to the issues that people are facing.
And I actually think Strive's biggest strength that we may not talk about the most, and I think I said this to you yesterday, Brandon, is that we're versatile and adaptable.
Mhm.
Because we don't just look at it from a black and white lens. We understand that there's so many other issues. So now I'm going to transition to the meat of our podcast, with going into the middle, where's the biggest topic that we focus on. So actually, so I called it past, present, and future, but I'm going to dig a little deeper into what that means. So it's growth, success, and future, as well as past, present, and future. So Strive 365, like we've said, for 2020, I believe we did phenomenal, for especially the circumstances we were put in. I'm just going to jump into it, Brandon, and I want to hear how, in your lens, where did you think Strive, really for the viewers, how has it grown in the past year? And then touch on the accomplishments of yourself, and the staff as well from your lens.
Yeah, from my lens, it all started with, I think, in any success, preparation is key, planning is key. Be Having a willingness to put systems in place and go through the process. But as you mentioned, prior to this, Hassan, you talked about, strengths of being flexible and adaptable, because that's really what 2020 has been. It's our first year. However, we had plans and things in place. We had calendars laid out. We had developed systems that we were using. And then all of a sudden, it's about mid-March, boom, everything comes to a halt with COVID, and we had to shift, right? The needs of our partners in the community were still there, but we had to deliver support in a different way than we had originally planned. So we had to then come together as a group and figure out how we were still going to offer our programming and our support, to their needs, but deliver that message in a different light, in a different way. So I think we realized a lot, or I realized a lot about our team and the ability to shift quickly and to adapt to the needs of our, partners. And in a way, it's kind of how we've always been built. we have a framework and a model we use in building relationships and behavioral changes, working with kids. However, a lot of our partnerships and groups are doing great things. All we're doing is working with them and coming in, filling gaps and saying, okay, it sounds like your needs are this. We're working with them to figure out solutions to the problem, and then we implement them. And the same goes now. So their problems and our message is being delivered in a different way, but we're working with partners to make sure we adapt to those new needs. And we found new ways of coming together and collaborating to make sure that we're able to offer those solutions in a different platform in a different setting. So I would say that was a huge strength. We learned a lot from that this year. And accomplishments, we set forth, built out a 3-year plan. And as far as objectives, building partnerships, building relationships, serving. This year, we will have served over 2,000 students, which was over our original goal of, I believe we set for 1,865 students. We will be at 2,100, providing workshops and trainings to facilitators and future peak team coaches to be able to take our framework and share it with students. As far as cultivating relationships, though, I think was the biggest thing is we're new. We need to build trust. We need to build rapport with groups that we're going to work with, because then we're able to execute things at a higher level. So, and lastly, I can't speak to I can't say enough about our team and what our team has done. It takes an army and a group of individuals to step in and be willing to follow the mission and vision that we set so that we can accomplish the objectives together as a team. And I'd say, like, everybody has stepped up. Roles and responsibilities, those were set and discussed. However, those have also shifted, right? Individuals have been needed in different areas, and everybody's shown a willingness to step in and help other people so that we can make sure that we were meeting those objectives, but also then again, meeting the new goals required or asked for by our partners. So those are some of the things I think, we need to celebrate. And we've talked about as a team that this year has gone by quick, but it's been challenging because of COVID. But I think everyone's been willing to step up and actually come together to get things done.
And shout out to the two new guys, Jack and Q, as well.
Man, I just think it's great.
Shout out to Jack and Q stepping into the lineup. We got a lot of expectations for you boys, but you guys have done a great job. We appreciate it. And, the hope is that we'll continue to add some more people to the team, committed individuals that are passionate about creating change. This is it's not just an organization. I feel like we're trying to create a movement of action-oriented change. That's what we're about.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy how back in March we had our plan all laid out, and then when COVID hit, everything went virtual. Teachers were scrambling. We were scrambling and trying to figure out. We thought we had everything set in stone, and now we got everything set in stone now. So hopefully this new year things go as planned. So I'm excited for what this year holds for us.
Yeah, and even like that, like you're talking about, it's like, when that whole thing happened, it was, first and foremost, people have to take care of themselves and their families, right? They're trying to figure out and navigate how this is going to look for their families, and then figure out on a professional level how this is going to look. There's so much uncertainty too. There's no timeline. There was no like, this is only going to be around for 3 months, and on this date we'll be back to normal.
We still don't know.
Right, we still don't know. Even now, the FDA just approved the vaccine for COVID, but what's that going to look like as far as when people will have access and who gets access when, and who's going to be willing to take it, and how many? I think they're saying you'll have to do 2 shots of it within 2 weeks. It's just a lot of uncertainties and things up in the air that we're still dealing with. So, we have to maintain that flexible mindset and willingness to just say, you know what, when called upon, we just got to be ready to get it done.
All right. Hey, so let's get into nitty gritty because we know our successes, how many students we've have, covered. But nitty gritty, what are your top 3 favorite successes that has happened this year with Strive 365? Your top 3 that has either like elevated us to that new level, and get specific with us as well.
Yeah. Top 3, number 1, I would definitely say the building the partnerships. I think that's something that's key, right? Our existence is because we're here to serve the community, serve youth, and you can't do that without building great partnerships with different organizations. I think we've gone over and beyond that with the amount of partnerships and relationships we've built, and I think they're valuable, right? Like they know all of our partnerships know that we're truly committed to them, and I think they're committed to us. And it's just the beginning. It's going to continue to grow. The support is there on both sides, and I think that's what it takes. It's give and take on both sides. So I would say that's first and foremost the key to this. Second, you can't build partnerships and relationships with other organizations without a great team. So everything that we're doing, everything that we're creating, everything that we're putting into place is because we have a great nucleus of staff members and people committed to the same thing. As we've done a lot of the interest inventories and looking at our, self-awareness from ourselves from within, because we're all about development too, personal development, because you have to take care of yourself and figure yourself out if you're going to ultimately impact other people. And I think as a group, we're realizing a lot about ourselves, strengths and weaknesses, but then also how we complement each other as a group. That's the key is, somebody's weakness could be somebody else's strength. So it's coming together, learning from each other, working together. Collaboration obviously is key, and figuring out solutions to problems so that we can then go out into the community and help others. I think just putting together a team of individuals that are all committed to the same cause, but also are different people. Like we all have differences that actually mesh really well together so we can accomplish great things. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the future because I think that's got to be in place, having a great team in place if you're going to accomplish great things. And then third, I would say just developing relationships with the community, marketing who we are, what we do, what we're about. More and more people are starting to hear about us. Oh, I see you. Yep. Let them see it. Let them see it. Strive. Raise it up.
Shout out to the Lonnie Imperial for the work that they did.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at the swag. Everybody wants swag. They see me walking around, right? They're like, can I get one of those? I'm like, not yet. Not yet. You got to help the kids. You got to donate. We'll see what we can do. Right. But just a lot of people are interested in what we're doing, which is great, right? And if you get more people interested in what's happening, then you get more people involved. Then you get more people committed to wanting to create change. Actually, even yesterday, my neighbors were like, oh, can you tell us more about your program and what you guys do? And they're like, it's so interesting. I've always wanted to give back. Didn't know an organization that would fit kind of the mold that I wanted to serve. And this is something I'm interested in. And I have friends that are interested and they want to learn more. So, they're signing up for our trivia event. They're looking on our website. They're going to follow us on social media. So that's huge. And then I also think with that comes even our board development. When you're a new organization, putting a board together that falls in line with the passion and mission of your organization is also key. And that kind of ties into our marketing and letting people know who we are. The more individuals know who we are, the more they're going to share with their friends and family. And the next thing you know, people are talking about it. So I think that's key.
Yeah, I mean, our board is so committed. I absolutely love our board. And just the commitment that they have. We have one board member who wakes up early in the morning. He's on the West Coast and he wakes up early in the morning just to make sure he's part of it. So that's absolutely amazing to have. So I don't forget, guys, Brandon kind of touched on our trivia night. It is going to be February 11th at 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 for Eastern Time. Please look out for that. That's on our website. Also, we'll send out emails to you guys. You can have up to 6 members on your team. It'll be a really, really cool thing. $150 per team. If you can't even get 6 people on your team, we encourage that even you join by yourself or 2 people. But we really, really want you guys to be a part of this. It's going to be our first annual event. We were supposed to have it this year in 2020, last year in 2020, but now it'll be 2021. So yeah, just take a look at that, and we hope to have as many people as possible and take down the Flaky Jacks. Flaky Jays, is that?
No, you can't mess that up. It's like Flaky Jakes.
Hey,
That's
my
my
apologies.
trivia team
Flaky Jays.
from
Got it.
Indianapolis. Shout out to the Flaky Jakes. Look, I'm not even going to play on the team, right? Because I'm committed to the cause. I love to win, right? But just getting people to play and participate is also winning. You must participate if you want a chance to win, right? However, the Flaky Jakes get it in. So if you're going to put a team together, I'm letting you know right now, the Flaky Jakes will be a team that you will have to reckon with.
Flaky Jakes. I said Flaky Jakes.
No, you said Flaky Jacks, and I don't know what that's all about. Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna put my money on the Flaky Jakes. All right.
Okay, but I'm just letting you know they'll be a team to contend with. But at the end of the day, it's all about giving back, participating. And we're just looking for something fun to do that brings people together. So this is an opportunity, especially again with, a lack of people having a chance to be around loved ones and friends and family, regardless of winning or losing. It'll just be a chance to have fun and connect with people virtually from all over, and also support a cause. So the funds will go back to our programming and will be matched, actually. So we have a funder that's giving us a matching grant up to a certain dollar amount. So all the funds from this event will be matched. So really excited about it. We got a lot of people, I think, already signed up, and more hopefully coming, and people are looking forward to it. It's February 11th, so it's a couple days before Valentine's Day. So I'm gonna coin this: share the love. Sign up, share the love, and let's get it done, right?
Yep. So guys, definitely hope you join in that. We're really excited about that. So Brandon, now we're going to jump into, we've finished 2020, very successful year, I believe. And I would say that the results show as well. You're a very result-oriented person, and numbers don't lie. We added more partners. We were able to add more community members who were involved, added more board members. Just the growth has definitely shown. Now, Brandon, we would like to ask you, we've done the growth success. Now, let me ask you about the future. Where do you want Strive 365 to go in year 2? And what are some of the things that you believe we will achieve in year 2? No pressure. You don't have to go too far ahead. I don't have to break it down month by month, but just some that come right to the top of your head, and then some small things that you think are very, very important for us.
Yeah, first and foremost, I mean, as a team, we want to continue to develop personally and as a group. We'll have to continue to learn and grow from one another, but also learn and grow from partnerships and the community, things that are happening. We're going to have to continue to be flexible and adjust. And, when tragedy strikes, that means that it's, instead of looking at like why this happened to us, we have to look at why this is happening for us. This is creating a chance for us to adapt and help other people. And from there, the goal is always, first and foremost, to help people. We're in the business of helping people, providing support to people, specifically youth, kids in the development, and also working with caretakers, adults, people that are interested in working with kids. We want to provide strategies and techniques that they can use and that they will take with them. So when they're working or in front of kids, they have an idea of, different things that they can use to put the kids on a platform to say, hey, let's build this relationship so this kid, their self-esteem is growing, and we're building support systems so that they feel loved and that they have a sense of hope. So that's another area we obviously want to focus on. Continue to develop our board and grow our staff so that we can have a larger reach in the community and make a greater impact, which will hopefully also increase our fundraising efforts, grant efforts, things like that. And then, we're going to go back to the lab also. We got to continue to develop our curriculum, grow our curriculum, implement new changes and opportunities. We have a lot of exciting forms of curriculum and our new developments coming out that are going to impact the community also. So we hope to release some new things, like planning on releasing a children's book this next year, as well as I've been writing another book that focuses on mindset. So not just through the scope of athletics, but just working with individuals. You could even take different activities like athletics and the mindset of how we approach, even say a trivia event trying to win, how that carries into your personal life or your professional life or your social life. And talking about the process, right? Not wanting to skip steps to get to goals, being willing to go through the process, having delayed gratification, understanding delayed gratification, going through adversity, which builds your mindset to then accomplish things that you never thought possible. That's the key. That's, understanding that's true growth, right? And that's sustainable growth because you didn't skip steps. If somebody would have told me 15 years ago, hey, you're going to be, running the foundation and this and that, I'd been like, really? I wouldn't have believed it because, I was going a different route. However, all the things I did leading up to this point have prepared me for what I'm currently doing.
It's a journey, right? So that's kind of what we also preach to the kids as well. Is a lot of times, yeah, you're going to be in a situation where you're stumped or you feel like, you're stuck. You can't really move forward from there, but it's a part of the journey. There's going to be bumps and a lot of bumps that show up on the way. There's going to be a lot of highs. So I think that's another thing we talk about, peaks and valleys too.
Yep. Peaks and valleys, ups and downs, skipping over those things, it doesn't build character. If anything is easy, it's probably not worthwhile. So you got to embrace the challenge of something and push yourself to see actually what you're actually capable of completing and doing. So, that's really going to be the focus. Continue to put together systems and development and curriculum and workshops and trainings and things like that help people get to that point and kind of build frameworks around opportunities for them to change their lives and create hope. That's the goal.
And Brandon, real quick, and then I'll let JP jump into his part. It's gonna be pretty good. So you guys be ready. So Strive 365 started out with 5 partners, and we've continued to grow and add and add. A lot of times people struggle, when you get something new, you forget about the old, and it's hard to sustain it. Can you touch on how you plan to sustain and build sustain the partners that we currently have and also build with the new partners?
Right. Yeah. So again, that comes back to the relationship piece. When you build valuable relationships, it's something that you hold close and dear to your heart. So the organizations that we started working with, we're going to continue to make sure that we provide support to them. That's where our staff comes in too. Even growing the amount of support we're giving those organizations is key. So by us adding more staff members and continuing to work on our curriculum and development, that's only going to impact those partners more. And in regards to adding additional partnerships, sure, yeah, we want to offer this to as many individuals as possible because we know the value in what we're doing. However, we don't want to get too big where we're not able to support people in an efficient and effective manner either. So we're paying close attention to that, but by continuing to grow our staff and, think outside the box and find new ways to offer our programming indirectly. So even just being able to train the trainer, providing more workshops, provide more training opportunities. I think that's another way too to expand our ability to offer our programming by training individuals that are committed to the cause, and then they can go out and work with the youth and use our framework and programming when they're in their setting. They just attach our framework to what they're already doing. That's the goal.
Beautiful.
So are you ready? So Brandon, just for our audience, Brandon has requested us to give him a
Well,
stumper.
hold up, JP. You already trying to, like, you got something, man, you looking evil right now. Like, you just trying to mess me up.
We've been waiting to let this one out on you because he's requested a stumper question. So Brandon,
Yes.
Mr. Currie, we talked about staff members and we talked about everyone's personalities. So I want you to name every one of your staff members, provide a trait that they have, and give us a 20-second summary on why you describe them with those traits.
And here's the other stumper. I'm gonna throw out the name, so the name will be thrown out, and you get 20 seconds.
Oh, this is crazy! All right, here we go. I gotta get ready because I feel like I need to stretch, man. You trying to get me? Okay, let's go.
Okay, Paula Limlowski.
Data driven. I say data driven because Paula likes the numbers to back up. So I'd say, like, if you look at a mixed methods approach of quantitative, qualitative, she wants numbers to back up and support the social emotional side of things when working with partners.
20 seconds. All right, pretty good. That was a good start.
Yep.
Okay, James Forrester.
James, very, very, very passionate. So if I had a word to be passionate, he is expressive and lets you know how he feels. And there's always a moral fiber or compass attached to his passion because he wants things to work and he wants to execute things at a high level.
Okay, 20 seconds, good. You're doing pretty well. Next one, Celie Yang.
Z Lee, she is the silent assassin, right? Because Zelie is always, she's behind everything we do. She's like the glue, right? She gets things done. She's our graphic designer, but she's so much more than that because she's a part of all of our meetings and support for everyone. So if it wasn't for her, we would not be able to accomplish things and have things look aesthetically as good as they do.
Celie got 30 seconds, guys.
Sorry, Zelie.
Yeah, we gotta get love.
That's everything. I can't just give you a little taste and not,
I like it. Okay, next one, Hassan Rahim.
Hassan Rahim, communicator, right? Because Hassan talks to everyone. He lights up the room. He's that person everybody wants to build a relationship with. So not only, and I say communicator because that's the key to collaboration and working with partners. Hassan is the person that is connected also to everything we do. Aside from the financial, he goes beyond that. Okay, so I got to cut off with you. I can't interview me, man. I'm trying to give you some,
I can't take too many compliments, you know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Then the viewers will see me blushing, you know. I don't want them to see me blush, you know.
Dream. That's the dream. I was gonna say the dream, but I don't want to.
I appreciate it. Hey, you're doing phenomenal. Next person, Cody Howell.
Cody Hollowell. Cody is first and foremost. I would just give you a symbol, the question mark. Right? And I say question mark because Cody questions everything. He wants to make sure everything's done properly. It's the lawyerly side of him, but he's so passionate about what we're doing. He wants everything executed at a high level so that we can truly reach our peak as an organization.
All right, Cody's done. Next person is Jack Anderson.
Jack, newbie, right? Because he's been on the team for 3 weeks, but I've already seen him willing to help everyone, collaborate with everyone. But I also see there's this thing in him, this glimmer of leadership, right? I'm like, Jack's Jack's the guy that's going to shock everyone and come out as a huge leader for our organization.
Okay. Q.
Q, videographer, the visual genius. This guy, I mean, if it wasn't for him, similar to Zeely, he's putting things in place for us as an organization that's going to light up the world. We're going to find new ways to showcase who we are and what we're about because of his talents. And he's also a great person to be around.
Yeah. Okay.
JP, glue. JP is the glue of our organization. JP runs our programming, partnerships. He's the person that puts everything together, sets meetings with our partners, helps do our calendar. But at the end of the day, he has to deliver the message to the kids. And that's really, really important to what we do. And the kids absolutely love him.
All right. That's everyone. But hey, guess what, guys? I'm gonna be that person. JP, I'm gonna stump you now. Dr. Currie.
Dr. Currie.
You have 20 seconds.
I say the vision, or that superhero Vision.
Yeah.
Because he's always seeing the future. He's always predicting the next step and planning ahead. And like when we're on step 1, he is on step 5 running already. So we got to pick up the pieces, put it together, and then and then by the time we hit step 5, he's on step 10. So I call him the Vision.
I like that, man. I appreciate
I'm going to give you one too, Brandon.
Okay.
I say a true leader. And the reason I say that is because you're also in the trenches. Yes, you are at the top of the chain, but you also don't mind ever. You don't even think twice about it. You'll come down to the bottom because you don't believe there is a bottom. Yesterday, you were talking about there is no hierarchy. And that's something that I like of true leaders. You're not afraid to do it. You'll say it, but you'll also do it as well. So that's why I say true leader.
I appreciate it.
So JP, I'll go to the next section, and then I'll let JP give another really cool segment that he created, which I really like. So this one is called Cope It Out. So we run a concept here at Strive called Cope It Out. It's one of the most important, and it is proactive. So you want to teach this before. Craft is the reactive, and Cope is the proactive. So COPE stands for communication, offering, positivity, and empowerment. So Dr. Currie, can you give us one example similar to how you did FACES, a time that you've used one of the concepts of COPE?
One of the concepts of COPE. I mean, the one that I have to do every day, all the time with everyone is communicate. I mean, and when I look at the power that communication has, it goes beyond. A lot of people think communication means talking to somebody, or you're saying what you have to say and they're listening. I think the biggest form of communication is actively listening to other people. So I think that comes back to the FACES piece where I talked about empathy. So actively listening means that you're hearing the needs of others, and then you're able to offer the necessary supports so that they feel like they're able to overcome those obstacles and reach new levels of success. So I would say that communication would definitely be at the top for me.
Awesome.
Cool. So we've reached the top of the peak. And so we reward every guest here a 30-second shout out. We like to call shout it out. So Dr. Currie, you reached the peak. So you get 30 seconds to do a promotion, shout outs, any family members or friends, or promote Strive 365, however you want. And you got 30 seconds, and I'm timing this. And once you go over, we're going to do a complete shutdown. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Honestly, there's no individual person. I just want to shout out the people. If we're going to continue to grow and come together as one, everybody needs to look beyond what's in front of them and think about the future. Look left, look right, but also don't forget to look right in front of you into the mirror and say, what am I doing today? How am I getting better? How am I developing as a person? Make sure that you go through the processes in order to accomplish greatness. Thank you.
So everyone, we really appreciate you listening to episode 1 of season 2. We were very blessed to start it out with Dr. Currie as we did last season as well. So everyone, I really want you to take away that Strive 365 is not just here for the short term. We're going for the long run. We're going to be here. We're going to help out not just our partners, not just board members. We're going to help the whole community. We're looking out for every individual we possibly can. Our growth is going to continue, but we're going to be efficient with our growth. Having the leader that we have in Dr. Currie and the staff we have, we're all committed to the same passion that we're in, which is helping the youth. That's what we believe in, and that's what we live by. So just continue, like Dr. Currie said, to look in the mirror and say, what can I do today to make a difference? And that could be just going on our website, looking what we do, and trying to learn how you can be maybe a volunteer or a part of what we do as well, or learning from us in any possible way we can. Because at the end of the day, we're all in it for the same cause. We want to help the youth, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to do that. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who listens, everyone who participates in this podcast. And also I want to give a big shout out to my co-host, JP. As usual, he always kills it. And thank you so much, Dr. Currie, for being here. So everyone, please enjoy this episode and take away all you can. Brandon, do you want to give one last word?
Yeah, one last thing. Hassan, pass me the rock. Okay, game's on the.
Hey, guess what, guys? Guess what?
I don't want you shooting the ball, Hassan. You haven't made a jump shot since 2015. Okay, pass me the ball. Give me the ball. The game's on the line. I'm on your team. Hassan, are we on the same team?
We're on the same team, man.
Pass me the rock.
All right, hey, that's how much trust I got in Dr. Currie, that even if I had a wide open three, I give it to Dr. Currie. That's how much trust.
My man. Hey, I love you guys. Great job today. Appreciate it. Maybe you'll invite me back for another episode on season 3. You know, I don't know. I'm ready.
Yep, we love it. We love it. All right, guys. So you heard it from Dr. Currie, and I'm Dr. Currie. Do you want to close this out?
With all the way live with Strive 3.
Go ahead.
He stumped me. He got me.
Hey, I had to stop him before I ended it. All right, Dr. Currie is going to close this out, guys.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. I want to close it out and say this is Strive 365 all the way live.